So I have to start out this video like I do pretty much all my superhero related stuff. I'm not that big of a superhero fan. I mean, like, I enjoy the movies for what they are. I've watched every single one up until the last Endgame one, and like, I like them all on a surface level, but I was getting pretty tired of watching the same movie every year, sometimes twice a year, just with like different characters, maybe. But then I saw the trailer for Wandavision, and I was like, huh. Well, this is different. I mean, Vision's dead, but like not really, and then the whole show is kind of like I Love Lucy for some reason. What the heck? So I checked it out, and I gotta say, this show is really something. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Dashlane. If you're like me, in which case, that's rough, you probably find yourself using the same password over and over again for different things, right? But of course, if one password gets hacked, before you know it, all your personal information's been stolen, and someone's using your credit card to buy 150 copies of Ham Taro Ham Heartbreak. Being someone who uses the internet for pretty much everything, it's invaluable to have that extra level of security that Dashlane can give you. Dashlane is a one-stop shop for your digital identity. It manages all your passwords, personal info, financials, whatever you need, making your life safe and more secure. It works across all devices, including Apple products, PCs, Android, Safari, and Chrome. It also has a secure autofill feature that works for personal information, credit cards, that type of thing. It comes with a VPN to stop people from tracking you, and they even check if your personal information is being sold on the dark web. So to try Dashlane for free for life on your first device, go to dashlane.com/Alex Meyers, and you can use my promo code Alex Meyers to get 25% off if you decide to upgrade to the premium version. So the link is down below, and once again, thank you Dashlane for sponsoring this video.
Okay, back to the show.
Like I said, it starts out as an homage to the 1950s American sitcoms, complete with laugh track and nods to the domestic norms of the time.
My wife and her flying saucers.
My husband and his indestructible head.
Aren't we a fine pair?
What do you say to silver dollar pancakes, crispy hash browns, bacon, eggs, freshly squeezed orange juice, and black coffee?
I say, oh, I don't eat food.
And by and large, the show is, at least at first, just kind of like a weird sitcom with Wanda and Vision trying to be like a normal couple and hide their superpowers in this I Love Lucy, Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie style show from the 50s and 60s. And of course, you know, they get into all kinds of wacky shenanigans where someone almost finds out that Wanda is a witch and Vision is a guy who has to sit through 6 hours of makeup every day and comes out looking like a character from that old dinosaur show.
Oh, you're going to take him to the doctor.
Oh, Fran, I'm sure all the little Snuffle Bunny needs is a bottle of juice, a nap, and some TLC from his DAD. Look who's home. Mother Mama.
But jokes aside, all this stuff here, where every episode is a different era of TV sitcom or whatever, like, I love this. The references to Growing Pains, Malcolm in the Middle, Modern Family, I was like, finally, someone decided to do something different. Because like I said, every superhero show and movie up to this point is basically just the same thing over and over again, and somehow everyone just keeps on eating it up. I'm just a regular dude until one day I sneezed too hard, and now I can turn people into spaghetti. And at the same time, in the same exact city I live in, there's another dude who wants to change society, and his ideas actually kind of sort of make a little bit of sense, but not enough for him to be the good guy, and so now I have to save the world, aka New York City, using my new Paschetti powers and relatably quirky personality. But here we are, finally getting something different.
Oh, I brought my pet rabbit for your magic act.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Agnes. We will take good care of him.
Senor Scratchy just loves the stage. He played baby Jesus in last year's Christmas pageant.
Until episode 4, when the curtain's pulled back and we find out why things are the way they are, when one of Wanda's neighbors seems to know a little too much about her, and Wanda doesn't appreciate that very much.
Wanda, I'm just your neighbor.
Then how did you know about Ultron? You are a stranger and an outsider, and I want you to leave. So what we're coming to find out is that Wanda stole Vision's body back, but then turns out she actually didn't because bait and switch, and took an entire town hostage by like brainwashing them or whatever to make this perfect utopia where she and Vision can be a couple and live their lives however they want forever. And for some reason, this is all being broadcast on analog TV thanks to cosmic radiation, because at this point, why not?
My equipment registered an extremely high level of CMBR. That's...
Relic radiation dating back to the Big Bang.
Yeah. Entwined was a broadcast frequency, so I had your goons pick me up a sweet vintage TV, and when I plugged this bad boy in, voila, sound and picture.
Dinner is served.
So, like, the whole shtick here is that Wanda was sad that Vision died and abducted an entire town, although to be fair, the town's in New Jersey, so like, who cares? She shifted reality itself just to keep hanging out with him. I don't know, that just sounds a little excessive to me for being the backbone of this entire show. It's just like, I'm sad. Just seems kind of dumb. Just want to interject here. My girlfriend wanted me to know that if I had the chance to bring her back to life by enslaving an entire town and chose not to, she would become like that ghost girl from Harry Potter and haunt every toilet I ever use for the rest of my life. So I would humbly like to retract my previous statement. Now, I mean, obviously there's some kind of something going on here, right? Like, why are these two characters stuck in the 50s or whatever? But I guess for me, it would have been more interesting of a show if they had kept the reveal off just a few episodes later. I was really digging the whole like Twin Peaks, Twilight Zone, Wayward Pines kind of thing they had going on, where like it's just a totally normal, cute little town, except everyone seems to be in on the secret except Vision.
There's no family. No husband.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No home.
What do you mean she has no home?
She came here because we're all...
She came here because we're all what? What are you trying to tell me?
Well, I better get going.
And then in like episode 6, they're doing Halloween, and Vision's starting to realize that, gee willikers, pa, something strange might be going on here. And he walks to the outskirts of town to find everyone just standing still, not responding to anything at all. And then this happens. Now, this part right here, I think, would have been a great first reveal. Like, having the real world stuff be shown to us in medias res, you know, like something's been going on outside the whole time, and when Vision first discovers it, so does the audience. And then we would get episode 4 as like episode 6 or 7 or whatever. I think this would have had a lot more impact as a reveal, because for me, having the secret spoiled in episode 4 makes the rest of the TV sitcom parts like way less interesting. Because we already know what's going on, so none of this matters anymore. And now it's just another superhero show with fancy computers and laser beams and a bunch of dumb nonsense jargon.
Is there somewhere a lady could get a cup of coffee?
Make your assessment, please.
Whoa.
What are you getting?
A colossal amount of CMBR.
CM.
Cosmic microwave background radiation.
Also, in episode 8, we learned that Wanda grew up watching old, like, bootleg DVDs of Dick Van Dyke and Bewitched or whatever with her family. And you know, that's really lucky for her because, like, I mean, have you ever seen those old former Soviet state kids shows from, like, the 80s and 90s? They're all just filmed in, like, some dude's bomb shelter, and the characters were, like, the cameraman's sock and an old Barbie doll with half its face melted off, and they were just like, oh, she gets so nice of voice, she can talk. I should look at who's sitting talking, wishing it. I should, this, like, talking it. Just like this was my talking. It's shocking, it's like, weißt du, was? Also, du nicht so noch Carson. Los, nicht noch nicht noch schnacken. Das wusste er. I will say though, one of the best parts of the show are the fake commercials we get with every era of TV sitcom. Like we start off with this one from the 50s.
Is your husband tired of you burning his toast?
Oh jeez.
Try our new and improved Toastmate 2000.
And then it goes on to like the 80s and 90s.
You need Lagos brand paper towels, the most absorbent paper towel available. Husbands can use it too, you know.
But then the 2000s hit and suddenly it's just like...
Feeling depressed.
I'm sorry, I just love how they start off like, hey, you dumb broad, you don't even know how to cook toast right? Well, no wonder your husband's always staying late for work, wink, wink. Here, buy this new toaster so you can do more work around the house or whatever you ladies are good for. And then the 80s, it's like, is your husband a fat slob idiot who looks like Harry from Harry and the Hendersons? Of course he is, because only attractive people can be competent. But then the 2000s are just like...
sadness and feelings and stuff.
Now, the final episode of the show has yet to air as of this video coming out, so my timing is probably not the best. But we just found out that Wanda's neighbor Agnes is actually a supervillain witch lady or whatever.
You didn't think you were the only magical girl in town, did you? The name's Agatha Harkness. Lovely to finally meet you, dear.
And we get this paradigm-shifting, life-changing plot twist reveal about Wanda.
Vision, this whole little life you've made. This is chaos magic, Wanda, and that makes you The Scarlet Witch.
Everybody already knows this. And also Wanda's other neighbor who she threw out of the town before, whose last name is Rambo, by the way, which is awesome. Anyway, she has superpowers now too, because she walked through Wanda's barrier thing, and golly gee, wouldn't you know, it's just another regular superhero show now. So, well, it was fun while it lasted, I guess. Now, obviously, the show is very, very popular, and a lot of people really like it, and it's great. And, you know, as I was saying in the video, like, I actually enjoy it. I think it's good. Like, it could have been great. Like, it started off really great and interesting, and I was like, okay, I'm strapped in. This is pretty awesome. And then episode 4 happened, and then it's like, all right, surprise, it's just another like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I actually did think it was pretty good. Although, as it goes on, like I said, it just kind of becomes more cliche, superhero-y, and it's just like, oh, everybody's getting ready for the big battle now, and I don't know. Like, it started off good, and now it's just kind of whatever. Like, it was almost great, and now it's just kind of good, I guess. I don't know. Also, the whole thing with Agnes I thought was really kind of like weird or disappointing in a way, because like her character up until the episode, I guess 7 or 8 or whatever, like, you know, she's very funny and very like over the top and really hamming it up for the whole like 50s and 60s and, you know, sort of that being that sitcom character, even into like the 90s and 2000s or whatever. It's like she's kind of playing this very entertaining, very kind of hilariously over the top character. And then as soon as she reveals herself to be Agatha Hacky Sack or whatever her last name is, I don't know, she just becomes this like high school play villain where she's so like, oh, over the top. Her character was so funny and interesting, and then she just becomes this like just the cheesiest acting villain I've ever seen. Like all the best stuff from the show just immediately just gets flip-flopped around, and now it's just the most generic kind of stuff. I mean, not that it's like bad, but it's just like it could have been great, and then it was just kind of at the end, you know, but whatever. Anyway, like I said, I actually enjoyed the show. Mostly, I guess, there's just some things that I wish weren't the case or were done in a different way or whatever, but the commercials are good. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Send me an email at alexmyerscontact@gmail.com. Let me know if there's any TV shows or movies or whatever you would like me to check out or make videos about. I have a podcast I do with my girlfriends called Doing the Devil's Tango, where we take your guys' emails about dating, romantic stuff, relationship stuff, whatever, and we kind of give our advice and our thoughts about it. I have a game on the App Store. It's like a match 3 type game, but it has all my little characters in it, so if that's interesting to you, check that out. And above all, let's everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.